Hello boys and girls, welcome to this presentation. In this presentation we're going to talk about 1.1 two-way tables and bar charts. As you can see in this question, we have a bar chart here. A bar chart is a chart that has two information and it has bars to show these information. That's why it's called a bar chart. Now let's take a look at this bar chart. We have a horizontal line which represents the drink. And then we have a vertical line which represents number of students. Now let's take a look at the question and then come back to the bar chart to figure out the answers. Now question 1 says, Chris drew this bar chart to show his classmates' favorite cold drinks. Now as we saw in the bar chart, we have cold drinks on the horizontal line. We have fizzy drinks, squash, water, juice, and others. Now, question A says what? Question A, how many students like squash best? Let's take a look at the bar chart and figure out how many students like the squash best. Now, first we have to find the squash. This is the squash. Now, the bar of the squash goes up until here. So, the end of the line, we connect it to the line or the vertical line, which represents the represents the number of students. So, number of students will be here in the middle between 6 and 4, which is 5. Very good. So, 5 students like squash from this class. Now we take this answer and write it in front of the question. So we have 5 students who like squash best. Let's write it in front of the question. Good job. Now let's take a look at question B. Question B, 4 students prefer which drink? Now this question wants you to figure out which drink has 4 students, or 4 students prefer that drink. Let's take a look at the bar chart. Now let's make a line on the number of students. He needs 4 students, so it's here. And then we make a horizontal line like that and find out which drink is the same as this line. Now let's take a look at the bar chart here. This one is the same as the line. So this is the answer of the question. So 4 students prefer juice. We write this in front of the question. Let's put it here. So the answer is juice. Very good. Juice. Very good. Now, next question. How many more students prefer fizzy drinks to juice? Question C. How many more students prefer fizzy drinks to juice? Let's take a look at the bar chart. Now, this question wants you to say the difference between number of students that prefer fizzy drinks and juice. So here, we're going to look at both of them and subtract number of students. Let's take a look at the bar chart. Fizzy drinks, we have, very good, 8 students. And juice, we have 4 students. So the difference between them is what? It's 8 minus 4. So the answer will be 4. Good job. So we take this answer and write it in front of the question. So the difference between fizzy drinks and juice is 4. Good job. We write it here. Now let's take a look at the last question. Question D. How many students are in Chris's class? How many students are in Chris's class? How do we answer a question like this? Now, from the bar chart, we have students that prefer cold drinks, and all of them are on this chart. So what do? We find out how many like fizzy drinks, and how many like squash, and so on. And then we add them up all together. For example, we said that 8 students like fizzy drinks because the bar stops at 8. Do you see it? Very good. And then squash, we have, very good, 5 students because the bar stops at 5. Water, we have, good job, we have 11 students because the bar stops at 11. And then juice, we have, good job, 4. And other, we have, very good, 2. What do we do now? We add them up all together. Now we have 8 plus 2 is 10. 4 plus 11 is 15. So plus 5, this is 15. Plus 5 is 20. Very good. And 2 plus 8 is 10. So all of them will be, very good, 30. So Chris's class has 30 students. Very good. Now we write this answer in front of the question. We have 30 students in Chris's class. Good job. And this is how you answer questions like that. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.